And we're live. Hello, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, happy Wednesday because tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. Welcome to the live show, Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. I am your host. I would like to just get started and say I hope everyone is having a great day. If this live seem a little bit draggy, that's because it is. I had every intentions on coming live, but I feel like I wasn't quite prepared like I usually prepare myself for a live show just to be a little bit professional and so I could have a smooth live show. But that's not the way it went. So I just jumped on live, said, let me continue to go through with what I said I was going to go through with, and that is the series Are Men Okay? And I take great pride and joy in asking this question because it is a question that everyone seems to have on their minds, whether they share it with someone or not, say it out loud or keep it to themselves. And it's not to pick on men, but this is the place where if you want to put a man in his place, this definitely is the place to do it. Not that we hate men, because I do hate men, but I hate the men I hate, and I love the men that I love. And if you already know, if you didn't make the cut, oh well. But I will try to be as fair as possible across the board when critiquing the male species, which is what we are now reduced to with the gender wars, which I personally don't want to be a part of, but I find myself involved, engaged, participating most of the time, and that's okay. I do not separate the two. I am mostly here to stand up for women because there are women all over the world that's standing up for each other and empowering one another, which I think it is best and it serves us women in all the ways that benefit women. I think women should stick together, support one another, encourage one another. And like I was like years ago, I was having a debate on Facebook about a news article, and me and this woman, and I won't say woman because she was a woman, a lady, a poster, commenter, a subscriber of a news channel. We were going back and forth, and it was very respectful. We had each of our own opinions and ideas. We did disagree, but I did agree with her 100% when she said, I support women, but I don't support all of their choices. And I said, you know what? I 100% agree with you. And that's how that started. And that's how I became to realize that I can support women, but I don't have to support everything they do. But that don't mean that I'm going to judge them based on what they do because I don't support them. Women, men, humans can do whatever they want to do with whoever they want to do it with, whenever they want to do it, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. As long as you're not hurting or harming anyone or yourself. I believe in that strongly, and I will profess that throughout my uh, lives or my shows, or just in generally speaking, how I feel and where I stand on that point of view of people doing whatever they want. And that brings me to this about the series about men are not okay because I it's an epidemic and it is obvious that men are not okay. And they are not okay because they choose not to be okay. I'm not talking about every man, so I don't think I should have to put a disclaimer like not all men. You know, when I say the men, I'm talking about the men that it relates to and the men that I identify and the ones that, will deny that they are not okay. But maybe with a little bit guidance they can realize that yeah they are not okay, and they're not, and they being not okay affect others in always more ways than one. And that's not cool because I'm pretty sure each and every woman that is and have listened to this live so far about men not being okay have experienced some hostility, some aggression, some macho man bravado, behavior from men. I don't care who you are. If you're married, if you're not, you could just be, walking by and having a great day and thinking some beautiful thoughts. And here come a man that's not okay will say something to at least deviate you from what are you thinking or how you feeling. But you don't let that bother you throughout the day because you know that his problem is not my problem. And this is again not to like, of course I'm going to put a man in his place because he deserves to be put in his place. Just like when men say women should stay in their place, my place is wherever I want it to be. But you're not beyond reproach that you cannot be put in your place productively, responsibly, and that's what we're going to do over here in this series. Men are not okay, and I am definitely proud to be presenting this series. I was going to come live around 12, but I wasn't ready. But I want to give my audience and show my audience that's because my comments are not coming up, and I apologize. So, but I feel your presence in here, and I can see that it's a couple of people in here, and thank you for listening and thank you for stopping by. It's the afternoon. It's 12:41. I'll sign off at 1 o'clock. So I could prepare and just let everyone go about their day. I won't hold you for too long. Um, and when I say men are not okay, I mean that, and I observe that, and it's my knowledge and it's my experience. Just by small interactions that I have with the men that I meet, I have good interactions. I have bad interactions. I have moody, mixed interactions. But the interactions that need to be brought up and to the forefront is the way men approach. And I'm not saying like approach women on the street, but their approach towards women as if they have this high expectation of women surrendering to their needs and wants. And that's not what all women are about. So I could tell you an incident and I'll get to it quickly because I have stories. I have stories to tell. And maybe one of my stories can at least, I'm not going to say enlighten, but give someone the idea where I'm coming from my side of it and my perspective. And I always want my audience to interpret my my lives, my monologues, and decide for yourself, what do you think or where do you think I'm coming from with it, right? So we all have this type of personality, this street personality, this public persona that we put up, but we also have a personality and a persona that we keep to ourselves and behind the scenes. And when I'm out in the street, meeting, greeting, interacting with people, let me see. Hey, Pretty and Peak, I see you. How are you? Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. I can't pin the comment because I don't know why my comments is not letting me pin, but thank you. I know that you are a hardworking woman, and if you at work, you sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I appreciate your presence. I feel the warmth and energy in this live, and it is appreciated. I'm not going to be here long, but I will show the audience what I mean when men are not okay. And it could be a thing where men, they do suffer in silence. And I learned that when men suffer in silence, if you're not married to them, I'm not going, because I'm not here to give marriage advice. That's not, I'm not, I'll let you know upfront and personal. Like, I don't want to touch on or talk about the marriage, the union of marriage, but I'll probably throw in my little insults and my little encouragement and support. But as far as like married people, this, if anyone received this as advice, don't take this as advice from me. Just take it from someone that's sharing their experience and knowledge of, as a single woman that I am, an independent woman, because I'm not married. I'm not, I don't share finances with anyone. I don't cohabitate with anyone. I don't have a domestic partner. So legally, I am single and independent, which is all good for me. Hey, Miss Diva, how are you? How Bronx in the bushes listening? Your perspective on being okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Bronx, how are you? Hi, Ann. Miss Diva and Ann is in the building. I appreciate you, ladies. Sit back and relax and watch and enjoy. I see you in here. I can't pin your comments because I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but uh, I see you, and I'm gonna go off and let it be known that nothing is holding me back. But and then like, as far as me offering my insight and perspective, please just take it as that. I don't like giving advice. I may throw in something that can benefit anyone, whether you're married or not, single, married, or just need some helpful encouragement, support, and this is where I go. I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a dating guru. I don't have any degrees in any of this. This is just based on knowledge and experience and observation. The last time I went live, I was talking about the guy that I was across in the store. He was passive aggressive towards me because he was standing, and we was standing in the store together. He I stepped up to order my food, and as soon as I stepped up to order my food, he called me a queen. He said, "Oh, these queens." He said, "No, no." What he said was, "Queen." Oh, I was standing here waiting to order my food, but that's okay. You know, queens come first. You know, queens. Like he just went into this. Not he wasn't yelling. He wasn't loud, but the tone of his voice was indicating that he was a little bit, you know, was slighted. I'm like, we're standing in two different places. You're standing all the way in the back of the store. I stepped up to the front of the store because I know the cook, I know the store owner, I know the family, right? So they didn't have a problem with taking my food, and he didn't say, "Well, you skipped him." So I guess he probably was a little bit felt disrespected or jealous. I can't detect or his thoughts, but the fact that he stepped up and we had a little conversation, not a bad exchange, not a negative exchange. It was just an exchange, and I was just listening to him. Men said we don't listen. We listen. We're intent. Some women, some men don't listen. Some, like my audience, they listen. If you tune, like they don't have to listen for the whole length of time, but they listen, which is grateful, and I'm honored for them listening. So I listened to him calling me a queen, saying how queens, they come first. It's okay, queen. Like all he was just being passive aggressive. So well, I took the opportunity to say to him and let him know. I was like, listen, you could have said, Miss, I was standing here, you skipped me, and I didn't order my food yet. You should have seen how he looked at me. He jerked his head back. He's like, nah, you good, you good. But that in that moment, I was like, okay, well, I meant every word I said. Like I was intending it to come across like, for the future, if someone skip you, you don't have to speak indirectly to them. You can speak directly towards a woman and say, listen, miss, ma'am, queen, beautiful lady, you skipped me. I was ordering my food and you skipped me. And I will say, oh, I apologize. I didn't recognize, I didn't see you were standing behind me. Go ahead and order your food. The tensions will die down. And then I was like, had a little bit, thought he was a little bit funny acting because he was walking with his dog before he got into the store. He threw a ball so far down the driveway that he didn't even wait for his dog to come back with the ball. So I was like, why would he do that? The dog trusts the owner, but he don't trust the dog. The dog was a good, sweet dog, and poor dog, he got a shitty ass owner like that would throw a ball halfway down a freaking driveway and then want the dog, his dog, to go fetch a ball. So, but yeah, but that was before we got into the store. But after that, I did let him know, and that was that. So now, like, that was just one incident of me knowing that men are not okay, that they are passive aggressive, and that could be underlying tension, and that can be considered like a form of mistreatment, which is okay, and some type of manipulation, which I didn't fall victim to. It's just that that's not somebody that I would be interested in. Calling somebody a queen, you don't know this person, and you just automatically give them a name. Like I don't have a problem with certain names. When I hear them, I'm like, oh gosh, this is one of them. Calling a woman queen. Oh, this is one of them. Calling a woman baby. You don't know this woman, but automatically you, before you ask her name, you give her a name. No, what if we did that to men? They would not like it. What if we be like, oh, what up, sugar daddy? What up, big baller? Shit like that. They were like, oh no, you can't do what I could do. Like it looks better, you doing it better than I do. It's at least when men feel like they want to address women as masculine. I feel like when men address women as masculine, they have an underlying attraction there. There is an attraction there, or you just hate the person that you call masculine because now you see these traits in someone else that you hate in yourself. And I don't think it's projecting, but some men don't see how they are. And that brings me to this point. Um, I know a friend, we cool, never had anything intimate between us. We've known each other for years and years and years, and all these years we probably didn't flirt until like a couple of years ago. And when I say flirting, I just mean friendly interaction, social actions, getting to know, hi, how you doing? Just friendly flirting, or even if it was underlying sexual flirting, it's okay. But push come to shove, when I say men are not okay, they're not okay. And I say that because men, if there are two women fighting and the women before were cool and this man came and now he's involved because, okay, of course, if he didn't rejected me or he didn't choose me, that's okay. That's okay with me. If a man, some people might think, oh no, you might be hurt. I don't get hurt if I get rejected because I have like the options to and the freedom to date whoever I want to date because men are not special to me. So when I meet a guy, I don't usually take him seriously. Some women do take the man so seriously that they would stop communication with the other woman before this man came into the picture. And me being a person that I am, that try to inform and at least um, inform my audience and the women that listen to me and that can relate or at least want to see my perspective or insight from a different point of view, right? Like if you are a woman and you was cool with another woman, me and another woman was cool. I'm just going to hash out the scenario. We were cool. We all are in the same community, see each other every single day. He comes in, nothing happened between me and him. That was okay with me. That was okay with him. We didn't reach out, we didn't talk like that. But now that he found, well, not find, he's talking to someone else, and he's not too smart, and he's sloppy in his, I guess, tactics, because men are sloppy with their tactics and their methods that they employ on women that don't see right through them. So now I'm at the point where it's kind of like awkward when I see her. She don't speak to me. The only reason why she don't speak to me is because whatever he said to her made her stop speaking to me. You know what I mean? So that's when I'm like, men are not okay. They're not aware. They're troublemakers. They're two women. It doesn't have to be somebody that you are sleeping with. It could be just a man that is a problem, a problem maker, a troublemaker. Excuse me, that make trouble between women. If you are a woman and you ought to just stop speaking to another woman because of the man that you started dealing with, aren't you going to take the time to stand back and think and say, why are we not speaking? We used to compliment each other, talk to each other, say hi to each other every morning when we see each other. Now that I'm involved with this guy, because that's the shit I look at, I'm like, oh no, he a troublemaker. I don't want to be with no troublemaker. I want to be with a guy that can keep the conflict positive. I want to be with a guy that don't turn women against other women, right? I want to be with the guy that know how to keep things cool. This is not the type of guy that I would go with because, like, I mean, like, there was things that I would say, no, I like flirting with him. He cool. He seems cool, but I would not just beat him down, browbeat him like very uh, unattractive when someone get to know you. And I tell men this because I go for looks. I'm like, I go for looks. We can iron out the details, hash out the other details as we go along. I want to get to know you, and as I get to know you, I don't like you. I don't like your characteristics. I mean, I don't like your behavior. You are cool, decent, and then you have. You're not a horrible person. You're not the worst person, but you are someone that I probably wouldn't be able to breathe or have freedom or independence with just by how, and both of these people that I'm talking about are older than me by like 12 years. And the fact that a man of that age can manipulate and persuade and entice, and I'm not going to say entice or manipulate another woman against another woman that before he came into the picture didn't have any problems between each other just goes to show you that men are unaware, they troublemakers, they are abusive in nature. They are controlling and dominating, and this is why women like myself choose. And I'm not going to say choose because it shouldn't be a choice. Want to be and are happier single without a leash around her neck that can roam freely, come and go as she please. Don't have to offer explanation. Don't have to answer any questions because relationships are very, you have to be very responsible to be in a relationship, and there is a lot of responsibility in relationship. That's why when people jump into a relationship so quickly and then a couple of months later they grow to resent each other, that just goes to show me that there was some warning signs that were shown and you ignored. She's ignoring the warning signs. I'm acknowledging them. I'm not saying that me and her are like now she seem a little bit uncomfortable around me, and that's okay because she know my personality, that I have a lot of male friends. I talk to everyone. So this one particular person is not going to stop me, well, because I'm not that type of woman. Like if I get rejected by a man, I will still be cool with him. I'll still speak to him, respect, if respect is called for, the same thing that we had before you rejected me, but I'll pull back like, okay, well, you're not interested, and that's not so I'm not going to pursue it. Like I don't pursue men that's not interested in me. I don't chase men that's not interested in me. But me looking on the outside and looking in, it just goes to show. Let me see. Hey, Chris, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Thank you. Um Thank you for coming by, Chris. It just goes to show that how men are so manipulative, and their maneuvers and tactics that they employ on women that probably want and need something more and desire something more than I do, or crave something more than I do. They play on those emotions. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not an emotional woman, because I do have emotions. I just let them flare up when time is needed. I do have this sense of air of arrogance. I will admit that. I don't play. I don't play games. I just don't. It's not like I'm walking around all tough and I can't be beat and I can't be knocked down a notch. No, that's not who I am. Right. But I do have a sense of self where I show that, okay, yeah, you may think I'm tough. I know I'm tough. I'm not going to let you knock me down easily. That's why I felt like with her, I just felt like a little sad now that she's with someone that will isolate her, that look like he's capable of isolating her from her friends and family just by the way he moved with this small interaction. And I feel a little comfortable because we always complimenting each other on our hair, saying how pretty we are. I'm not saying that to pat someone on the back, but that's just the way we was. I know that's my attitude. Your loss. I move on really quickly. Like, and then there was other things that made, because if I have, I'm not gonna sit here and say I have standards or boundaries. There's things that I'm not giving into. One of the things that made me not like him for the last year or even try to pursue is just a friendly flirt. Hi, how you doing? Da 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 da. Talk, which everyone needs. And when he told me he was cheap, I was like, oh no, I would never love a cheap man, and I mean that with all my heart. There's no convincing me to love a cheap man. I can't be. I could see if you like cheap, where you cut costs and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on things that you don't need. But to say you cheap to a woman and you didn't even spend no money yet, that just goes to show me that you are a problem. Right. And it's not that I move on. It's like I have like admirers, all women that are single and independent and have a mind and make their own choices and decisions for themselves should have admirers. But with admirers, it comes a lot of trouble. So, like, and I tell guys, I have male friends. Every woman that is not married or in a committed relationship or dating someone with serious intent, and you don't lock things up so soon, and you are available and you're not available, you have the option to do these things. Either you're available or you're not. You can make your own choices, your own decisions, your own time, move at your own pace. So you don't owe nobody, not, and then when I say you don't owe nobody nothing, you don't owe a man anything. So when men get offended when women say, We don't need you. This was a perfect example as a trio. She needs you, and I told him that. I said no. What did I say? Need or want? Oh, I said she wants you more than I do, and he started laughing, right? Because I didn't want to say need because I don't know her needs. If you could tell that she wanted him more than I do, because like now, like I'm going to stop speaking to him to let him know, like your girl not speaking to me, I'm not speaking to you either. To let him know his wrongs, and I don't have to directly come out and say it. He'll get the picture. Like, as long as your girlfriend is not speaking to me, I'm not going to speak to you. I want you and her to be happy or whatever, however you take it, but I'm not her. I don't want you like that. She is willing to fight for you. I don't want to fight for you. I would never fight for you. You're not the type of person to fight for. You're not a good guy. You turn women against women. You know what I mean? I'm not, and I'm polyamorous also. Like, I'm not 10 women to one man. No, I'm not doing that. It's solo polyamorous. So when I say solo polyamory, I'm talking about I don't merge finances. I don't want a title. I don't want to get married. I don't want labels. Maybe further in the future, if I at least at an age where we can have at least a good 30 years between us, yeah, that's when I'll start to think about a partnership full, like, seriously. But right now I'm having fun. I don't want to be stopped. I want to do my own thing. Nobody could stop me. And that's it. Okay, that's it. I don't want to be tied down to no one. This age that I'm about to approach 45 years old, I feel much better in my 40s than I did in my 20s, and the 20s was the best time of my life for me. Right? Any man that I know that I have been with, that have met me, that know that, oh, she move on quickly. And it's not even moving on. It's just that the fact I'm not going to sit here and waste my time. It's too many men. And I'm not even searching for. You don't have to search for a man. They will come to you. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. You are in control of your own faith, your own choices, your own decisions. I'm not going to rely on a man to make any choice or decisions for me. Right. So it's just that little incident with this guy, and the way he have her not speaking to me. I was like a little sad for her, for the simple fact that I would never be with a man like that turned me against a woman. I would just start saying like, oh, if he could do this, then what else is he capable of? What else would he go? How far would he go to make sure that he get what he wants? And he did let me know. He said, I'm such and such, such and such. I was like, well, you could have told me. I would have backed off. It wouldn't have went like this. I would have known what to do. But no, you wanted in some sort of way, some kind of way. I felt like he's getting off on it, right? Just for the simple fact that she's younger, she's older, he's older, I'm younger. Not that it matter. It's just the simple fact that she, the woman, is now battling. It's not battling, but I'm pretty sure she think about it. Like, we used to talk, we was cool, we was like, and we wasn't like friends like that. It was like a friendly community workplace. Hello, how you doing? You look fly, your hair look nice, see you later, have a good day, get home safe. That's it. Right? Okay, now, and a lot of women nowadays, I just feel like you don't have to crave or desire any man, because they are not that craveable or desirable in this state, in this era, in this time period. Um, uh, and both of them are in their 50s. I want to be free as I am now in my 50s, considering that, like, damn, I went not in my I'm not in my 50s, right? I'm not going to just take anyone that come along for the ride, and just want to be, and I'm not going to say, and no one is desperate to get in relationships, but sometimes it just begs the question, is, are you desperate when you jump into the relationship with the man that's capable of doing worse than what he did? The warning signs, we as women, we let me see, why the hell this shit. Wait a second, y'all still there? Oh gosh. I don't know why my comments. Okay. I don't know what happened to the comments, but we're coming up on 29 minutes. Wait. Give me a second, everyone. Beautiful people, please. Let me see. What the hell? Oh, thanks, Chris. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Diva said, thank you, Chris. His loss. And it's not even that. It's just that, like, I tell men, you're not special. Like, I would probably lose interest real quickly, which I do with men. I do. If they, and I guess I need to stop being selfish, because if they're not offering me what I need or what I want, and that's why I don't take men too seriously, because they are incapable of doing things that is right, that is responsible. So they will blame women in any shape, form, or fashion, whether it's their fault or not. I mean, whether it's their fault or not, they will blame women. They are quick to blame women. And that's why I say that, listen, men are not okay. They suffer in silence. And the men that suffer in silence, you stay far away from. And that's what I meant when I said I'm not talking about marriage, the married couples. That's a totally different whole avenue to go down. But if you are meeting a guy and he tells you, even if he got a job, he got a good job, he could be a functioning adult. But the men that suffer in silence and the ones that tell you they are lonely, you stay away from them. You stay away from them because they can be dangerous. And that's not your problem. And you shouldn't have to bear that burden. Even if it's not a burden, don't even try to save them. They're not worth saving. Any man that can't take responsibility for his own actions, or even come to the conclusion that he made and is the cause of the problem, you stay away from them. That's for your own safety. And this is speaking from experience and knowledge and observation. So I'm not going to stop doing this series, or men okay. I'm going to continue to do the series because I'm interested in doing the series and informing and not teaching. No, I don't want to teach anybody anything. All I can do is inform and guide some women that may need guidance in their life right now, if they are considered single legally or independently single, right? And that's just like, and some people may interpret this live as in the wrong way, and that's okay if you do. But I just want you to know, I'm honest and I'm open. Like, I let men, and the same guy that I was talking to, and we was having a conversation. I was letting him know, I was like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to get married. I don't want to merge finances. I don't want a title. I want to be who I am. I want you to be who you are. You keep your freedom. I keep my freedom. We just come and but I was just speaking in general, not like directly to him. So when I was telling him what I don't want, because I'm a woman that know what I want and what I don't want, and what I did say to him is, I don't want a relationship. He says to me, um, he said to me, "Oh, so you're gonna be old and lonely?" But I just looked at him like he was dumb, because we just discussed that I don't want a relationship, and I don't want to be married. So how did you derive from me saying that to telling me, making assumptions or asserting that I will be old and lonely? So I did tell him to break down his ego, fragile his ego, because men egos are very easily to break and fragile. They have fragile egos. So I said, listen, I have male friends. I would never be lonely, because I do. If you want to get on that topic, if you want to discuss that in that way, that that perspective of things, if you want to say old and lonely, no, that's just your prejudiced views about women, because a woman don't want to be tied down, and a woman don't want to walk around with a leash on her neck, she's going to be old and lonely. Look at you yourself. You're not a decent, honest man. You're very dishonest. Who would love a dishonest man, honestly speaking? And a lot of women, they take warning signs, like the warning signs I'm giving now, the warning signs that I'm letting women know to look out for, or just to be on a lookout for, may come off across as something totally different. Right. And it's not even about of a picking and choosing. It's about characteristics and behavior and these men that they portray, and that we as women, we overlooked, for the simple fact that we want to be looked at and not be labeled a certain way. Yeah, I am difficult to play, right? I am difficult to like just play mind games with. And another thing is I question assumptions, and that's where a lot of conflict come when with men. They automatically assume things about me or any woman, and when I question their assumptions, and I end it like this: when you question a man assumptions about you, that put him in a freeze. He freezes up because I don't understand how you just arrived at these questions or these assumptions that you're making about me that is so outrageous and blatantly insane for you to even think about stuff like this. This is not going to work. This is not going to be healthy. And this is how I stay relationship free, partner free until, and that could be 10, 20 years from now that I find someone that I will fall madly in love with. And that's not going to happen because that's not what I'm thinking about doing. And that's how I want any woman that's listening to at least receive this message. You don't have to settle. You don't even have to give a man your time or your effort or nothing. I don't do none of that. I don't overexert myself. I'm not here to serve no man. No man is worthy of being served. Not in today's climate. If you serve your man, that's your decision. That's your choice. But I wasn't like born to serve a man. I mean, I played with you a little bit, but for a couple of months. But then I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta continue to fly my wings, and that's how I view relationships now. Flying my own wings, and that's it. But yeah, you know what, I'll come back next Wednesday at 12:30. I just would like to say thank you to all the beautiful, hey, who's Char, hi Charmel Adams, how are you? Thank you for coming by. Thank you, Chris Hauser. I would just like to say thank you to everyone that has tuned into this live and gave me an opportunity to express my thoughts and views. I would like to say come back Wednesday from 12 to 12:30. I don't know if I'll probably do a night live to see if I can get more viewers, but this is okay. I'm satisfied with the audience. You're a beautiful audience. Thank you for listening. You don't have to listen for 37 minutes, but you did. And you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to come and listen and share your time with Bronx Girl and listening. And thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a good day, everyone. See you soon.